Hi everyone, I'm James Bishop, Global Senior Director of Demand Partnerships at SiteMinder, and welcome to this week's update from the World Hotel Index. Almost as quickly as we experienced the world shut down because of COVID-19, we are seeing the lights come back on, country by country, for the critical industries of travel and hospitality. Globally, the volume of hotel bookings has now edged past a quarter of 2019 levels to 29.6% year on year. What a difference a week can make. Indeed, this same time last week, France's hotel industry was looking at booking volumes at only 11.2% of 2019 levels. We can see here that has now doubled to 22.4% year on year, making France our fastest riser after a second phase of easing lockdown rules took effect during this past week. We also speculated that Portugal could become the first southern European country to re-emerge from the pandemic after hotel bookings jumped from 7.6% of last year's levels to 20.9% in 2 weeks. That steep rise has continued, reaching 28.5% of last year's levels and making Portugal our second fastest riser this past week behind France. Neighbouring Spain, which has endured the fourth highest number of coronavirus cases in the world, is following a similar trend, with hotel bookings surging from 18.2% of last year's volumes to 23.4%. Other high risers are Germany and Australia, which have grown their hotel bookings from 32.5% and 44.1% year on year respectively. According to OpenTable, seated diners at restaurants in Germany are on their way back up, and last weekend were even up more than 30% from this same time last year, suggesting that locals are content to go out and wine and dine for now. In Australia, we may be seeing a newfound interest in travelling away from densely populated cities, as Newcastle, just 2 hours north of Sydney, leads the country's hotel bookings at 71.2% of 2019 levels, followed by Canberra at 47.6% year on year. Mexico has also accelerated after the country's hotels were able to reopen partially on Monday. In spite of rising cases of coronavirus, bookings with hotels in the country have risen to over a quarter of last year's volumes. Alongside Mexico, Denmark and Vietnam are fast approaching the global average, with hotel booking volumes sitting at 26.4% and 25.4% year on year respectively. Meanwhile, Taiwan continues to lead, with hotel bookings now just 10.2% away from reaching last year's levels. And while Italy's hotel bookings remain flat at 8.9% of 2019 levels, we may see movement over the coming weeks as the country yesterday opened its doors to British travellers. And they're the headlines for this week. Check out the live World Hotel Index on SiteMinder.com or receive this weekly update by signing up to Home for Hotels. See you next week.